The Pleyel pianos are deep in history and legacy. One of Chopin's favorites, its unique soundscape has drawn the attention of many for centuries. Within UNC Chapel Hill's Person Hall lies our own 1843 grand Pleyel piano, thanks to the generosity of Tom Keenan. Through this historic piano and the class Music 286, students have had a unique opportunity to learn and play on and play with this beautiful instrument. The goal is to share with our community just what it's like to travel back in time to a 19th century Parisian salon where Chopin might have entertained his audience on these very ivory keys. The Pleyel is unlike most modern instruments. Within the beautiful construct of its mahogany woods are depths of colors and musical ideas that require something more, something different. Students had to learn how to play, how to draw out the very sound Chopin fell in love with. Students had to learn how to listen.
Because the range of sound and the kind of sound is a little bit different, and definitely there's less resonance, you have to learn to use the spacing of the notes better to make up for what you're usually just using raw power on the regular piano.
As you start adjusting to the Pleyel, you start opening up a whole world of timing, touch, and texture, which can really change your perspective on how you approach 19th century French repertoire and even other 19th century repertoire.
In the Brahms trio, playing on the Pleyel is a little different than playing on the regular piano. It's different in the sense that I had to be really careful about pedaling because the Pleyel is already a little bit muted in sound. I had to be careful and make sure that I was very sparse with my pedaling, and especially I didn't want to hide the beautiful long lines and the lyricism of the piece, and that I wasn't drowned out by the other instruments. So playing on the Pleyel really taught me that I had to be careful with the way I pedaled and also the way I needed to bring out certain melodies more than others.
The first time that I heard the Pleyel, my impression of it a little bit was that it's kind of the instrument version of my own voice, which has been really, really fun to collaborate with Monet as she uses this really cool instrument as a vessel for a partnership with my own instrument and the stories that I'm telling. So that has been really fun.
The Pleyel is a gentle instrument, and empty virtuosity and simple physical power do not come across. There are moments even in the fantasy where I've had to take a more subtle approach to shaping and dynamics because a more traditional loud sound will not work on the Pleyel, and I think my performance is better for it. No matter how busy or passionate Chopin's music can be, the Pleyel shows that everything can and must always be played attentively and musically.
Playing the Pleyel and playing with the Pleyel is difficult. However, with time and practice, everyone begins to grow with the piano, to grow with the music. And in the end, everyone falls in love with the sound of the Pleyel, much like how Chopin did, and so many more have before.